All right, we're recording yin today. Welcome, welcome. So I have a blanket that I'm sitting on today, and then I also have a block which we will use later in class. And I use blanket a lot, so I always make sure that we have it available to sit on or put over us or something. All right, so let's take a few moments and just sit in this space and notice how we're feeling this evening. Notice how the physical body is feeling today as you're sitting here. Also, notice the mind, the mental body. How is it feeling, coping? And just start to notice what feels really good about your space right now, about your breath, about your mind. So as always, we'll begin our class with the chant of Om. Then you can repeat the intention after me. And we'll do a little breath work before we do some yin postures. So if you're comfortable, let's bring our hands to our heart, just honoring our space. We decided to show up this evening, and that's always the best way to begin. Just gratitude for showing up. Let's chant the sound of Om together. Deep breath in. And just repeating our intention after me. May I be free from fear and harm. May I be content as I am. May I be at peace with whatever comes. Let's place our left hand on the belly, right at the navel. So we concentrate on moving our breath down into this lower diaphragm, expanding as you inhale, contracting as you exhale. We're going to breathe through our nose, in and out through the nose, if that's comfortable for you. We're going to start with a little bit of alternate nostril breath. So if you're familiar with it, you can go at your own pace. If you're not, I'll start you off. We're going to take the right thumb, close off the right nostril, and just breathe in and out through the left side for a few moments. Exhaling, closing off the left nostril, inhaling through the right. Close the right, exhale left. Inhale left. Close, exhale right. Inhale right. Close, exhale left. Let's continue on your own for just another minute. As you finish this round, you're going to exhale through the left side. Let your hands return to your lap and just take a few nice deep breaths through both nostrils and just noticing how you feel. So throughout our practice today, we're going to move very slowly between the two poses, and we're also going to, if you can, keep your eyes closed or just soft gaze. And we're going to keep on our blankets and just stretch our legs straight out in front of us. Let's rotate the ankles for a moment, stretch out our feet. Now, if you know that you're really tight in your low back or your hamstrings, you can use that block to kind of put underneath your knees, or a pillow is fine too. But if you notice you don't need any of that today, then you can just let it go. Let's soften our feet. Draw our belly in. Let's bring that chin down towards the chest. And then a nice long exhale, just begin to fold forward. Not worrying about how far you're going, just until you feel the first signs of a pretty good stretch. When you feel the first signs of a pretty good stretch, make any allowances that you need to. Maybe you need that block underneath your knees. Maybe you want a pillow underneath your head. So the first part of the yin practice, the first minute, is just kind of finding your pose, wiggling around till it feels like you've got the best pose for yourself today. And the second minute of the pose will just be accepting. This is where I am today. I'm going to find some stillness in the pose and enjoy my breath. Enjoy the stretch. With yin, there's always some discomfort. And the discomfort is what we want to sit with. And if we find that there's pain in our mind or our body, we want to come out, give ourselves a break, a couple of breaths, and then try it again. Maybe the breath is coming a little bit deeper now as the body begins to relax a little bit more. You're relaxing your jaw and your face. Letting the shoulders feel that gentle pull of gravity. Does our discomfort become a little bit comfortable now? Maybe we can allow ourselves just to come a little bit deeper. And use your inhale breath to slowly roll yourself up. Mindful and gentle with your body as you've been in one place for a little while. Good. Let's take a transition pose here today. We'll just come on hands and knees and do a little bit of cat-cow. And of course, if cat-cow is not something that you're comfortable with today, you can kind of make your own movement, maybe side to side or roll the hips. What is needed along this spine this evening? And let the movements be really nice and slow. It's a gentle, beautiful yin practice, so no fast movements. It's going to be the easiest of the day today. So let's spread our knees nice and wide, bring our big toes together, and see if we can find child's pose. So you can put a blanket wherever you need it, underneath your ankles, your knees, your belly, your head. I'd like you to take your arms a little bit more forward than you're used to, so we can bring our head to the floor. And if your head doesn't touch the floor, you can bring a blanket underneath there. Now, the alternate pose is if the knees bother you in child's pose, you can do puppy pose. The butt's up in the air and the arms are a little bit forward. So either one that you choose today for whatever reason, let's really sink into it. Let our head relax, our chest come down towards the mat. We're feeling a little release in our low back and in our upper back. With each breath, see if you can kind of sink. Again, a good pose for gravity. So we're going to add just a little bit to the pose for the last couple of minutes. So let's walk over to the right first. So we'll keep our hips exactly where they are and just walk our arms to the right so we can feel more of a stretch to the left side of the body. And then again, if you can, bring your head down to the floor or to a blanket. Let's walk over to the other side and feel that stretch there. Settle in. And coming back to the center just for a moment to regroup. Beautiful. Let's go ahead and stretch out onto our belly. We'll see if we have time for 2 shoulder stretches today. I'll start with the easier one and then see if we can have time for the other one. I don't really know if I've done this one before in yin, so we're going to start with the right side. So I'm just going to take my right arm through. It's like thread the needle, except I'm on my belly, right? So I'm taking that right arm through and I'm just going to roll onto that right shoulder. And then stretch my left arm forward and bring my head down. So just see how that feels on that right outer shoulder. You can put a blanket underneath your head, of course, if you need it. And the head should be fairly comfortable, we're really stretching through that right shoulder. So just take your time unwinding this side. And take a breath, and then we'll just go right to the other side. And you settle in the other side again, just noticing where your head is in space, if you need to put a blanket down for your head. This time you want the stretch in the other arm, and again, outer shoulder. Each side's a little bit different, so just be mindful, grateful, adjust as you need to. Taking a nice deep breath, let's slowly release that side. Good, so let's go ahead and do the shoulder stretch for the front of the shoulders, pectoral muscles here. If you've done it before, it's just that what I call the mammogram stretch, but they call it the broken wing, which obviously sounds so much better. So remember, there's different levels to this pose, so I'll teach you the first one. So we're going to take that left arm out to the side. Notice my palm is facing down, and I'm going to bring that whole arm to the mat. My fingertips and my right hand are going to just press into the mat right alongside me, okay? And I'm going to roll onto my left shoulder. So it looks like that. And again, you can place your head on a blanket if you need to. So that's level 1. If your shoulder is feeling pretty good, then we can go to level 2, which would be taking this top foot, placing it behind the knee. And then level 3 for today would be taking that right arm, wrapping it around the back and pressing it into the floor behind you. So you have 3 different levels. You can choose which one you want to hang out in. Just make sure that your neck is feeling comfortable. Again, you can put something underneath your shoulder or underneath your head or both. Yeah, good. Yin is never a fast pose, right? So make yourself comfortable. This is a good stretch. We won't be here really long. So let's breathe together. And let's take a slow movements and unwind just one little bit at a time, coming back onto our belly. Of course, we have to do the other side. Great. All right, let's take that right arm out to the side. As we work this side, make any adjustments that you need to. Again, take it to whatever level you need for your pose today. Good, beautiful. Take some few deep breaths as we settle in. So gently unwinding. Beautiful. Just take your time, maybe a moment on your belly just to rest those shoulders. All right, so you may be glad to know that we're going to do the lower body for the rest of the class. I know I am. It's always my favorite. So I'm going to put a blanket underneath my head, not necessary, but I find it's a little easier to teach with the microphone. So let's just make sure our low back is really comfortable into the mat, okay? Because we're going to be here for the next rest of the class. All right, so we're going to start with this beautiful supine pigeon pose. So if you're familiar, left foot comes onto the right thigh. And then we're going to take our hands and just draw that right leg towards us. So your hands can be behind the knee or behind the thigh or even on top of the knee, wherever it feels good for you. Try to keep those shoulders relaxed into the floor, please. And as you draw this right leg towards you, you're going to feel the stretch in the left hip. It's just like a little magic that happens in this pose, which is why I like it. Okay, try to relax your feet. Relax the shoulders and just feel the stretch in the left hip, but also it's a good release for the low back. And if you've lost that beautiful deep breath that we started class with, let's find it again. Nice and gentle. Let's release the arms. And we'll just stretch the legs straight up towards the ceiling. All right. When you're ready for the other side, let's take that right foot onto the left thigh. Good. As we bend that left knee, take the hands behind that left knee, drawing the left leg towards us. Again, until you feel that beautiful stretch now on the outer right hip. Again, start to relax your feet, relax the legs, relax the shoulders. Take a nice gentle movement as you unwind. We need to get in a twist today, so before we do our final pose, I want to add a little bit twist in here today. So let's just draw our knees in towards our chest. Gentle rocks from side to side, just checking in with your low back. And eventually just let those knees drop to the right. This is just a really nice, simple twist. We're going to stretch the arms out into a T position. I like the palms up because it allows the shoulders to open in a way that you usually don't during your day. So maybe you still feel a little bit of that pectoral muscle in the front of the chest. See if you can relax the shoulders. If your knees don't come together, you're welcome to put a block or a blanket between them. And if you're feeling like you want a little additional stretch in the neck, you can lift your head and turn it over to the left. So just in the opposite direction of the knees, if you'd like today. Good. Let's focus the breath in that beautiful left side of the body, left shoulder, left kidney, left lungs. So let's take a nice inhale. Bring those knees to center. Give yourself a nice hug. And then when you're ready, we'll bring the knees down to the left. And focusing your awareness in this beautiful right side of the body. So relax that shoulder and feel this breath all the way down. Good. Let's draw our knees back in towards the center. All right, this final pose before Shavasana is my favorite, of course. So I'm going to take the blanket. We're going to roll it up really tight so we have a nice long roll here. It's going to go underneath the shoulder blades, so right at the base of the shoulder blades. That's where I want it, okay? So I'll just demonstrate that first. And so that the shoulders are off and the head is comfortable. Now, if you need to put something else underneath the head, obviously, go ahead and do that. But let's also bring the feet in Baddha Konasana, which in yin is called butterfly pose. So soles of the feet together. And also, if you don't want gravity to assist you in this pose, obviously you can settle some blankets or blocks underneath your knees. So as you relax in this pose, you're going to feel some pressure with the blanket underneath his shoulder blades. And that's exactly what we want today. I just let my arms rest at my sides. Now you could do cactus pose arms if you'd like, or you could even take the arms straight back behind you. Now, when you do that, you're going to create more of a back bend, which for me, is always easy and comfortable for me, but it may not be. So kind of decide where you want your arms today. And then we're going to bring the breath back up into the upper part of the body. So we're going to feel this breath for the next minutes here in this chest. So really expanding the chest on the inhalation, contracting and softening on the exhalation, and just see if you can really enhance that chest breath in this pose today. So gently releasing the arms first and then the legs. So our last pose is Shavasana, which is our final relaxation. So let's roll over and release the blanket. And let's take that blanket and just stretch it out along our body, making ourselves really warm and comfortable. You can make a little burrito out of yourself if you want to. So in yin, they like to have you do a big letter X as your final pose. But of course, that's totally up to you if you'd rather make yourself a little burrito, whatever makes your body feel the most comfortable. Let's take that time and really sink down into this deepest posture. This is again a time for letting gravity help us along to just sink into this pose. If you need to take a couple of exhales through the mouth to really cement the relaxation, please do. Maybe bringing your awareness to the third eye between the eyebrows. Remembering the part of our intention today. Part that says, I am content as I am. And gently bring our awareness back into our beautiful evening, taking a few deep breaths, moving our feet, our hands. I invite you to roll over to one side and let's rest there for a few minutes. So there's a great quote in the Bhagavad Gita. The man who sees me in everything and everything within me will not be lost to me, nor will I ever be lost to him. In class, I say we practice yoga at the intersection of energy, matter, and consciousness. Asana is the place where physical and metaphysical meet. We breathe at the edge of two worlds, and over time we come to see that they are one. My practice has given me the ability to experience life with a quiet mind. When my mind is quiet, I can see spirit in everything, and I know that everything naturally is contained in spirit. When my mind is distracted, I am lost to this precious awareness. So I practice alive to the diversity of energy, matter, and consciousness, and in order to perceive the unity of all-encompassing spirit. What a beautiful thing to walk amidst the endless diversity of life with the ability to perceive the source and the reality of its unity. If you haven't already, I invite you to come up to join me as you bring your hands to your heart in this beautiful celebration of unity and spirit. Let us chant the sound of Om together one more time. Deep breath in. Namaste.